All right, now I've got all my shapes cut out and I'm ready to start the next part. You can see I've got two piles. I've got my main negative shape and I've got all these other little shapes that are gonna go in between. I'm gonna just kind of brush these little shapes aside and I'm going to glue this paper down to the center of my white sheet of paper. So this little shoe from earlier, I'm gonna use that as some yucky paper to put down underneath this piece so I can glue up to the edges without getting glue all over my table. So this yucky paper that I've got, this shoe, I'm not going to use it anymore. It is scrap paper. If you don't have that, find another sheet of scrap paper to put underneath when you glue. That will help you to get right up to those edges and without getting glue all over the workspace. All right, so I've got that covered in glue. Pull that out of the way, and I'm just going to glue this down. I'm going to offset this just a tad, just to make it more interesting. Get it glued down really good. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these shapes that I cut out, and I'm going to put them back in their negative space, kind of like a puzzle. Now this one here, I was really crafty and I cut out two shapes, one inside of another. So I just want to put both of those in there like that. Whoop. Put this one in here. Whoops, got to flip it upside down. That one goes in there. So it's like putting together a puzzle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these shapes and I'm going to pick it straight up and I'm going to glue this top part. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it on its axis. Whoops, something is wrong there. Let me try that again. So it needs to go this way. So see how that's symmetrical? And it might stick out the end because this paper is bigger than that. But that's okay. I'm just going to leave it that way. So do you see where I flip it? It's going to go like this. So I need to have glue on the top piece of this. So I'm going to put my glue on here. All right, and I'm going to line this up. So see how this is opposite symmetry from this other piece here. All right, now this piece here is going to be a little trickier. So I'm going to flip this piece here and I'm going to take that center piece and just set it aside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this one over here and glue it down. So see this corner here will touch this corner here. So let me put glue on the back side of that. So you have to really pay attention when you flip that you're flipping them the right way. I'm going to get that glued down so that touches that little spot there. Now I've got this one here and it's going to glue right back. Let's see, does that fit in there? Something's a little bit off. There we go. So see how that fits in there, kind of like a puzzle piece? I'm going to flip it back the opposite way and check that out. Now I've got two shape flips. So for some of you who are a little bit more crafty, maybe a little bit more ambitious, or have a little bit more skill up your sleeve, you can do multiple shapes within shapes, just flipping them back and forth as you go. And I expect great things out of some of you on this. So do a good job and, you know, see how clever and creative you can be with these shape flips. Sorry about that. Just bumping my tripod here. Tell you what, teaching by video is definitely something very new to me. So anyway, I'm just going to glue these all down and flip them. So they should be symmetrical, but opposite. So you got this positive and negative shape flip here. And one more. So one thing that people will do is sometimes they have their shapes when they flip them the wrong way. You want to make sure that it's flipped the same way. Now you will see how I have this big shape here sticking off the edge. Now, had I planned a little better, I could have scooted everything up a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this underneath, and voila. All right, so go ahead and do this step and then come back for the last step of the video. Have fun and be creative, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.